We are on. Good morning. Good day to you. Today is Friday. Wow. Another week. Friday the 8th of August 2025. And it's today we will be looking at a very interesting word. It's not a word we hear all the time. I heard not long ago when I was doing the training, and the word is humanology. Humanology. And it's well, basically, it's the discipline that studies, works with, and serves human beings, and often referred to the art of being human. It's just the understanding of being human. What does it mean to be human? So human knowledge taps into other sciences and psychology, biology, culture, anthropology. But it's the understanding of human behavior, human motivation, emotions, and potential. So that's at its core, human knowledge deals with things that are intangible. Perhaps those unseen elements that define who we are, our thoughts, our emotions, our desires, our inner values. So it helps us to interpret our reality in healthier and wiser ways. Yeah, it is an interesting concept, and if you bear with me as I am going through my notes, and I hope it will be beneficial to you as it is beneficial to me. So in a nutshell, it's the art of understanding human behavior and humans, understanding yourself and understanding others, right? If you are committed to personal growth, if you are committed to grow and develop as a person in your area, in your profession, as a partner, as a parent, and you need to understand people. You need to master this whole idea of humanology. So it is essential to you. So the foundations of humanology is that success in life isn't just about hard skills. You might be a great accountant, you might be a good lawyer, you might be a good doctor or gardener. No matter your skills, but understanding people, including yourself, is vital. You know, I heard this statement not long ago that says people are hired for their diplomas, for their qualifications, but they are fired or they are laid off for their relationships. So someone joins a job full of excitement, and then bringing a lot of perhaps skills and knowledge from university, from college, for all the training they work for a few years, but they are fired, or sometimes they ask to leave as a result of bad relationships. They don't get well, they don't get along with their boss or with the team, with the people in their companies. So people are hired for their diplomas, but they are fired for their relationships. It's their inability to get along with people. So human knowledge is essential for you to understand yourself, how you work better, how you are wired as a person, and how you understand others as well. Paranoia, hi. Hey, good to have you here. Welcome. Good day to you. So today we're talking about humanology, exploring a little bit this concept. Is a new word, at least was a new word for me, but within human knowledge there are things that we all know and we all see on the day-to-day. So it's the art of understanding human beings and human behavior and human interactions in many ways. Uh, Now, understand the first thing is the first point of the conversation here is understanding people. And human knowledge taps in different sciences as well, like neuroscience, brain functions, how the brain works, and it can tap into emotional intelligence, EQ. You can tap into neuro-linguistic programming, something I'm fascinated about, positive psychology, even the art of coaching and mentoring, principles. There are many uh, areas that you can tap into as you develop your humanology. But above all, you need to be interested in people. And sometimes we're not very interested in people. We are interested in animals, in pets, perhaps we're interested in machines. But when we come to human interactions, it can be very complex. It can be very complicated, right? Mota Singh, Tabish, welcome. How you speak English? Paranoia, where are you from? Paranoia, I am originally from Brazil, from South America, right? I am based in the United Kingdom. Hello from India. Hey, God bless you. Welcome. Now, the second point I want to say is that choosing and investing in people. And instead of using choosing, I would like to think of recruitment. I work in recruitment. But if you use the word, if you think about the relationships that you choose in your life, your friends, of course, family we can't choose, we are born into a family, but we can choose relationships. We recruit our friends, and our friends recruit us. We recruit our spouse. We and if you if you choose badly, if you don't recruit well, when companies don't recruit well, what do? They need to invest in training. They put their staff into a training program to develop them instead of fire them. And in a nutshell, that's the same thing we should do in our relationships. Perhaps you started a relationship with someone or with a group of friends, but there are things in people that you do not like, that clashes. Why not taking the time to working on yourself? What are the areas that you need to train in order to get along with others? What are the things that the people need to take to have and to learn and to develop to get along with you? So investing in training, especially in yourself, it's key to become a person of influence, a person that understands humans, that are influential with people, right? And in the same way, you are able to disqualify those who are unwilling to grow. Sometimes we have people in our lives that instead of pushing us forward, they're dragging us down. And you would justify that, oh, this is my friendship from childhood. So childhood friendship should stay in childhood. If the people do not want to grow and progress in life, it's just dragging you back. And you think you can do more and you can achieve more. Perhaps you need to move into a different environment. I'm gonna use my hands to a trick that I've learned, and it's a truth. New environments, when you move yourself from that new environment, because perhaps you're in a place that you're stuck in life and nothing is happening in your life, so you move. Doesn't have, it could be moving from one town to another or moving a country, but choosing different people. So new environment, you meet new people, and when you meet new people, you're going to have new ideas. When you have new ideas, you have new actions. When you have new actions, you have new results, right? So new environment, new people, new ideas, new actions, and new results, right? So it is essential to be connected to the right people in your lives. We are the average of the 5 people we hang each and every day. So it is essential to be connected. And then understanding how people, how humans, how we work, how our brains work is essential. So that's the whole idea of humanology. The third point is becoming a person of influence, becoming a leader. And leadership is service, right? Leadership in humanology is not about controlling people, but it's about the service you can provide to others, the influence you provide to others. It's becoming an example. And above all, initially, I believe it's practicing self-leadership. It's growing yourself first, so people can look at you and say, wow, this guy, this person, this lady is an example. I want to become like her, I want to become like him. Encouraging growth in others, becoming that motivator, looking at the positive is the whole idea of managing processes. If you manage process, like myself working in human resources of an organization, you do that with care. You try to put the person at the center of what you do. And in fact, great companies and corporations, if they're really committed, they will spend a lot of money to understand people, to understand human behavior, to understand how people choose their preferences. So when they communicate about their services, their products, they really grasp it in people's attention. So the whole advertising company, they are made in a way that will hook us. Why do we pay attention? Why do we want to hear about the story? This is the power of storytelling. But behind that, behind those advertisements, there are hours and hours of studies and hours of bringing professionals and understanding how the human mind is wired. So I believe we can learn from those great organizations. What about us in our relationships? How can we communicate in ways that engage people? How can we interact with people that will be interested in our services, in what we have to give? Perhaps you have a burning message in your heart that you want to share with the world. What is the best way to share that message? Right? How do we add value to people? So, service. Now, what are the practical ways we can develop humanology? What activities or what habits you can implement in your life, in your everyday life? Excuse me, I'll get a drop of coffee here. So I think you should avoid activities that numb your awareness and choose actions that keep you present and intentional. Like in a relationship with a group of friends, be present. Be present. I've seen group of friends, they're going out and all of them are hooked in their phones instead of be talking to one another. And I've seen establishments, restaurants and cafes, and they say that people are not allowed, they shouldn't be using their phone, but they should have conversations on the table. We established that in our house with our kids. Come for a meal, no phones on the table. We need to be looking into each other's eyes, asking questions and answering and connecting. Otherwise, we're all hooked. I know people have televisions in the kitchen, they're having their meals, or they're having their meals sitting on the couch looking at the telly. And I mean, it's your freedom, you can do whatever you want. But if you want to be meaningful, connect with people, look them in the eyes, spend time with people meaningfully. So get out of the autopilot in your life. Um, I spoke about connecting with like-minded people. That's important. New environment, connecting with new people that will give you new ideas and perhaps motivate you into new actions. And then you have new results as well. So your environment, it's fundamental. Um, what about trying new things? To be open for new experiences, new sports, new habits. And when you go, perhaps a different club, different activities, you join an art club to start drawing and painting, and you connect with new people. Perhaps opens up new possibilities for you, right? Uh, the other very practical one is sharing what you are learning. So if you can pick 3 people to teach what you're learning, what have you learned today? Perhaps you read a book, a chapter of a book that was very interesting. Even if it's a novel, what have you read? What was the plot of the book? Why is it interesting? Maybe you can recommend that to a person. The fact of sharing what you learn double, perhaps 3 or 4 times more. You know, the whole reasoning for me being here in front of a camera is sharing what I am learning. So this channel, this YouTube channel, is pretty much sharing my searching, me searching for wisdom, for eternal wisdom, what is out there, and packing that in a way that I can communicate that and that I can learn communication. By being in front of a camera, speaking like this, I'm practicing communication. Why don't you do the same? You can share your knowledge, your experiences with the rest of the world. You can do that in different languages. I have chosen to do that in English because I want to develop my English. My mother tongue is Portuguese. But why not sharing that with people? Why not share your stories, your knowledge, your journey with people? And you might be able to save many people by encouraging. If you have a powerful story of restoration, if you know that God has done something amazing in your life, you may sparkle someone that perhaps are considering take on their lives, but they hear your story, that there is hope. I'm not doing anything crazy today because there is hope, right? We live in a very dark world, and we as humans, we need to go out there and speak light, speak truth, speak positivity, speak joy into people's lives, speak hope into people's lives, right? So share your learning. The other one is invest in people. The greatest return on investment comes from building into the lives of others. And if you think about the whole idea of building value, adding value to people, that is an investment, right? Why we hear that all the time? We need to add value, and we hear that, and people do free content about this video right now. I hope it's valuable to you. It may not be valuable to others, but it's this whole idea of adding value to people. Audit your time and energy. Why don't you write a list of 10 things that give you no return? Perhaps habits, practices, things that you do in a day-to-day. What are 10 things that you do that gives you no return? That gives you no return in life. Colin has asked, are you religious? Are you religious? Colin, what do you mean by being religious? I have faith. I'm a person of faith. I believe in God, the creator of the world. I believe in an intelligent design. And I believe in the message of the gospel. Is that being religious? I leave that to you to think, what does that mean to be religious? You can be religious about many things. That's a difficult question. But thank you for interacting, man. So I was talking about list 10 things that give you no return and cut them out. Write them 10 things. Scrolling on the phone could be one of them. Spending time watching pornography could be one of them that give you this hallucination feeling but gives you no return. So there are things that we do that perhaps doesn't give any return. So list them, and you might choose to cut them out of your day-to-day things. Right? Instead of scrolling on the phone, what could you do instead? Investing in relationships, that could be, and it's easier to say than to do. We're all trapped into that. We're all attracted to that. We all have our battles, right? But the last thing I leave with you is become interested in people. Become interested in this whole idea of a humanology, because big companies, they are doing that. They are studying and learning how human mind, how human behavior, how humans behave in order to provide their services and improve whatever they do. Why we on the personal levels don't do the same? How do you become a better partner, a better husband, a better wife, a better father, a better child? Just by being a little bit interested in people and being interested in yourself. So this whole idea of the talk this morning is, it's about developing our people skills, if you like, understanding people, becoming a specialist in people. And I'll leave that with you. Callum says, I can't really think of anything example, it's difficult. Yeah. Scrolling through phone is one. Yeah. Falcon Gamey, hey, welcome. Good to have you here. Guys, I need to wrap it up in 2 minutes. I need to leave. It's going to be 6 o'clock where I am. And thank you for passing by. Thank you for listening. Thank you for engaging and connecting. Today we were talking about humanology. Just Google that. Spend some time understand this concept. It is really mind-blowing if you want to go into that. But it's our ability to understand humans, to understand ourselves and others in a nutshell. Hey, God bless you. Have a wonderful day. And wherever you are in the world. And hopefully I'll be here tomorrow talking about another concept, another idea, another word. Hey, bye for now.